Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Grind, a podcast all about content creation. I'm your host today, LadyMacBehth, and joining me is some other Josh.
Howdy, good to be here with y'all.
And our special guest today is a streamer who used to host trivia nights. It is LadyMacBehth. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I still host trivia nights. I have two trivia places now.
Oh, okay, doubling up.
Yep.
That's what I'm all about.
Nice. So, what is it like to be a host trivia nights? Kind of what's that process like?
It's nerve-wracking when you first started writing it, and then like right up until the point of where people actually start showing up, because you never know how the night's going to go with how many people are going to show up and how much energy you need to bring, because if there's less people, you got to bring it even higher, so that way everybody gets entertained. They don't feel like there's less people in the pub or the bar or wherever I'm doing it. But coming up with new things each week has been more trying some of these past few years. Trying to keep it light and not heavy and a distraction from the outside world. But it seems like everywhere I'm trying to gather all of my like information for like writing questions seems to be super depressing nowadays. So I have to really dig. But when I actually get there, I just go into a whole other MC mode, and I'm just like shouting at everybody and like saying, "Hey, you beautiful humans," and just like bringing that energy as best that I can. So yeah, it's tiring afterward. I definitely need a beer after I'm done. I need to sit down. I need to not talk to anybody and just like
Yep, completely understandable. Much like us like podcasting or streaming, kind of go into that mode and bring that out.
Right. And then you're exhausted afterwards.
Yes.
Have you ever thought about combining the streaming element with the trivia aspect and like streaming some sort of trivia night?
I have actually, very much so. I've thought about streaming ones that I actually do outside of Twitch, and then I've also done one inside of Twitch. Sometime last year, I had a little small one,
I was a part
and
of
that was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's just the logistics are a little tricky. Because the way I do it here, like when I'm working, there's prizes. So there's prizes. Sorry, that's my R2D2 Tamagotchi going on right now. There's prizes. So like everybody puts in $2, and there's teams, and then the winner gets all the cash, and then like second and third, like they get gift certificates at the bar to keep them coming back, kind of deal. So I'm trying to figure out how the logistics of that could be transferred onto Twitch.
Right.
And I've also thought about streaming my trivia that I have, but not having like people in like the audience on Twitch could play, but not for anything because I wouldn't be able to respond to them as much. It'd be more like just a viewing, but that also requires me getting the okay from the people that are there to like possibly your face might be featured on Twitch, and the legality of that is a little sketchy.
Yeah. That's what you could, because I mean, maybe just have like a webcam of yourself and not show them.
I could do that, definitely. Or just have them like blurred behind them, like that weird filter where you blur everybody.
Yeah.
So I've thought about doing that. And then I had a few naysayers in my life that were like, "No, you can't do that, blah, 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 blah." But I actually think it would be a really good idea just to like show
for sure
how I do it. And I think people would be entertained with that fact. So I might do it. I don't know. Absolutely. My next trivia nights are Tuesday and Wednesday because I do it every Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm hoping to get a third here soon. Because then I could actually like make an actual decent living. But if I did it, I would be on a Wednesday night because that's my big night with like a ton of college kids in this pizza place. And I think they'd be down for it, honestly. So who knows? I might do the Parks and Rec one that I'm going to be doing here. I'm having a theme night for Parks and Rec because I've already done The Office. I've done Harry Potter. So like I think, I don't know, December 8th. I might stream that because it's going to be an insane night.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So
I'd be there absolutely.
A couple of the trivia nights I've been to, you have like team names. What are some of the best team names you've seen?
That's a great question.
I have a regular team that has been coming for years called Pabst Blue Waffle.
Jesus.
Like Pabst the beer.
Yeah. Oh, we know all about that.
So, I also have another team that I actually love because the way they wrote it out the first time they wrote their name, this is how I've always said it since day one. So they're Tony Hawk Potators. So I always like elongate the po just on Lord of the Rings. I'm like po. Like, I've had some really good ones, like Slytherin, like Harry Potter. So Slytherin, my DMs. I've had some really naughty ones that I'm just like, why? Why? I've had tongue twisters where people think they're clever to get me to say a tongue twister, and I usually just like yell at them over the microphone. I'm like, you're a dick. Like, how dare you do this to me?
Right.
But I love being able to, like, because the way I've brought my energy at that place, I'm able to get away with murder.
Right.
Literally get away with murder because for the music round, I have to go behind the bar to work the sound system and everything. And I have like customers coming up to me and I'm like, what do you want? And they're just like, and I'm like, I don't work here technically. What do you want? I'm like, do you want to close out? Do you want another beer? And then I grab one of the bartenders and I'm like, hey, this person needs you. But I think the best experience with that was there was this drunk guy. He showed up drunk or high or something, but he was like ultimate douche mood. And like very ego driven, very, very, very I don't know, like I'm the best. I cut him down to size really quickly because I can say anything I want behind that bar. Because he was trying to talk to us and he was trying to order beer with his buddy, and his buddy was even way more out of it to where I don't know how. So they wanted pizza and beer or whatever, but they couldn't structure the sentence together correctly or listen to what we kept telling them. Like, there's the pizza menu right in front of you. We have these slices behind us if you want just a slice. We had to say it like 5 different times because it was just not connecting. I finally looked at him. I'm like, you make me want to smash my head against a wall. And he's like, what? I'm like, you are infuriating right now. Like, get away from me. Get away from me.
Literally at a conference call a couple weeks ago, just like that, where I try to explain the thing 10 different ways. It's like, I don't know how to tell you this.
I can't do it any other way. I don't know any other way.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. People, there's a disconnect. I don't.
No kidding.
Yeah, no, it's like terrible. By the way, if you hear music, it is just downstairs. It's my father watching TV at ridiculously 75-year-old levels. So
it's all good. It's all good. Doesn't come through.
It's shaking the floor.
Oh, jeez.
Damn. Going over to the streaming and gaming side, what really got you into gaming? Like, is there any specific game, anything like that? What's up with that?
So I have been around for a very long time. And when Nintendo, the first NES came out, my parents immediately bought it for us because my brother was like, I need this thing. And so from day one, we got that, and it came with Duck Hunt and Mario Brothers. We were not allowed to keep Duck Hunt because it had a gun. It didn't matter that we were hunters as families. We were not allowed to keep it because in our family, in our household, we weren't allowed to play with guns. So I've been there since day one playing Mario Brothers and loved it. Loved Mario Brothers and loved watching my brother play Zelda. I always watched him play because I never could do it. I wasn't that good. I came out when I was born. So like, but I remember sitting there or watching it. I think not when I was born. God, it came out in the 80s. I remember when we got. Yeah, so I was 3 then. I was 3. But I remember distinctly sitting there in front of the TV. We had to turn it to like channel 3.
Yep.
And like make sure it was all plugged in right. And but I remember watching my brother play Zelda and becoming obsessed with the music. I'm obsessed. And he would go around. He found all the secrets before like there was the internet and everything. Like he searched everything. Spent so much time with it. And then what really, really, really got me back into all of this though, when I was late teens, Ocarina of Time came out, and my brother had an N64. So he was playing that, and I was like, I want to play this. This looks amazing. So I grabbed it, and I started playing it, and fell completely and utterly in love with this game. And like we had a Sega Genesis when me and him would play like Primal Rage, and like we'd kick the snot out of each other. And we had like Aladdin and Aladdin on so good, the old Aladdin game. And then when we had the Super Nintendo, we had Mario World and The Lion King.
Great games.
that freaking giraffe level, the giraffe level, you know what that one
Oh,
giraffe
yeah.
that none of us could get past.
Mhm.
How? Because I swear, when you would go to the edge, that edge would change every time.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Worst level. I still haven't not beaten it ever to this day because that's stupid level.
Damn.
I
Same.
think I got past it once and then I immediately fell off because I got overly excited. So
God damn.
yeah, so back to like, so I'm playing Ocarina of Time, and my brother has like always been hyper competitive. So if I beat him at anything, he's the kind of person who's like, "Mom called us for dinner," and turn off the thing before I could beat him.
Damn. Damn.
Which
That's
was like,
devious.
that's mean,
yeah.
mean. So I was playing Ocarina of Time, and I got past him because I was doing better. And he immediately took the game away from me and beat it before he would give it back.
Right.
So I finally got it back, and I finally played through this entire thing, and I beat it, and oh my god, it is still my favorite game of all time. In fact, inside that TARDIS is the N64 cartridge for, I think, for Zelda, or is it Majora's Mask up there? Oh, that's Ocarina of Time. One of those. It's
Right.
up there with Smash Brothers, and we played Smash Brothers. Which personally, I think Smash Brothers on N64 is better than all the others because when you would go to the edge, you wouldn't die; it would expand the screen.
Right.
Yeah.
And that mechanic, when they changed it, was such bull, in my opinion, because it's just like sometimes you just need to get away. Like condensing it down does not make it easier or harder. On like it just makes it more miserable for everybody playing.
Right.
So I really got into that, and after that, I started paying attention to what was coming out because we had like PC games. I played Myst.
Right.
I've been playing since an old Apple with big floppy disks, and we had Winnie the Pooh and the Blistery Wind, to where it was like this, like 10 by 10, like 100. There's 100-acre wood, and maybe not even 10 by 10. Maybe it was like 5 by 5 or something. But you basically you would have one screen, and you would move, and you're trying to find missing objects for all the characters in Winnie the Pooh, and you had to return them and remember where the characters were. And if you ran into Tigger, he would knock you down, and you would lose all your stuff, and you have to go do it again, and it would be in different places.
Damn.
Or if like
Oh,
if there was
jeez.
like the blistery wind would hit and you would lose something, or
Right.
like the fog would hit and you would get lost and you have to move until you can. Been playing for a very long time. I love video games. I literally remember this game called Grandma's House that was like 8-bit music, and it was just like it was like the original Sims. You would go
Right.
to the store and you would have like a little object for the house, like a little doll. It was like something for the dollhouse, like kids or something like that, or like weird objects, and you would copy it and you'd bring it over and you could decorate the whole house. It was literally The Sims. I swear they stole it from Grandma's house. No, but I've been God, after Ocarina of Time, I just really, really, really got into games, and then my brother and I, we had like a Windows 95 computer, so we got like Tomb Raider, all the Tomb Raiders, because I never had a PlayStation.
Right.
So we played all those games on computer. We played Dark Forces. We played all the Star Wars games.
Right.
All the Tomb Raiders. Like everything that we could possibly get, we would play. Soul Reaver. God, I loved the Soul Reaver games. Those were so good. I'm waiting for a remake of Soul Reaver and Legacy of Kain because it'd be so good.
Has it happened yet? Are we
No.
still waiting?
Yes.
No.
They keep removing it off of Steam and like updating it, but they're willing to, like, it's being bought enough for like
Right.
they should just redo it.
Right. Yeah.
I really like video games.
Yeah. Was there a particular game that got you into streaming?
Alien.
Alien? Isolation?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
I've been wanting to stream for years. As soon as Twitch came out, I heard about it. I was like, this is awesome. And then I felt like, well, I'm not on ground level. Like, there's so many bigger people. Like, I'm never going to do, like, amount to anything. Like, I really want to. And I just kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And then I got Alien Isolation and I was playing it again. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to, like, stream, like, just hit share and stream it and see what happens.
Right.
And I did. And I had one viewer. His name was Bob Chan. And he's still in, like, my friends list. Like, he's, like, number 1. I haven't seen him since I, like, streamed the entire game. But, like, he could hear me, but no one can see me. and they could just watch me play this game all the way through. And so I did that, and then I did God of War with him, and I loved both of those. But then when I actually like started playing and streaming, I'm trying to remember the first games I played besides Call of Duty. I think it was like a lot of Call of Duty in the beginning.
Naturally.
Call of Duty, I didn't stream Red Dead Redemption 2. I really would like to actually replay that and stream that because that's. But yeah, I was just one day I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna do that, and then realized I need to get a camera. So I got a camera, set it up in my bedroom, and then just one day I was like, I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna set this all up and I'm gonna do the thing properly. So I did the thing, and then I met Caesar Towers, and I was like, because I hadn't played with a computer in like 5 years, and you lose things if you don't use them. And I used to know how to like mod and do code and all of that, and I lost all that knowledge.
All of that.
All of it.
Yeah.
So literally this poor soul, Caesar, spent 2 to 4 hours walking me through how to do Streamlabs. And he's like, okay,
I think
you
I
need to do
remember
this.
that dream.
And I was
I
like,
think I was there. Yeah.
I'm like, where is this thing? And he's like, oh my God. He's like, he's taking pictures and texting big pictures of like this. And I'm like, and after like those hours, it all clicked again. And I was like, oh my God, I'm an idiot. I know how to do all this. What is wrong with me? So yeah.
So wasn't there a stream where you just were going
Bless
through
that
like
soul.
Streamlabs like themes and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
As I said,
I was like, which one should I choose?
yeah.
I was a kid in a candy store, 100%.
Right.
100%. And I'm still bored with what I have now, and I want to change everything again.
Yeah, that's where it's hard because finding that look, it's like, you know, something that's like uniquely you that doesn't look like anybody else. A lot of times, you either have to spend way too much time just making it yourself or pay way too much money to get somebody to make it.
Yep. Yep. I did the Streamlabs thing for like a year. I paid for a year. But what I found out is everything you downloaded, you got to keep.
Yes.
Right.
And I found the folders of where they were, so I removed them out of those folders and I got them to put into just plain OBS. So I was able to transfer literally everything by doing that. So I stole everything. But now I'm kind of at the point where like, I think I'm just gonna expand my like gaming screen and just like have nothing. I'm kind of just like at that point of like, I don't really need anything. Like all that's me is literally this nonsense. Like I could decorate me with just like behind me in the camera and then like this. This literally is why anybody watches my streams.
Cat cam, absolutely.
Yeah, it's the mischief cam.
100%.
Honestly, like that's something I actually, you know, when I was streaming myself, I actually went through that too. Like just making it simple and clean overlay and just basically me and the game. Like that's all anybody really needs to see.
Right.
Make the content front and center.
Yeah.
And then all the fun little background stuff like you were saying, Beth, you know, because I love picking out like pieces of people's like backgrounds and stuff. I'm like, is that TARDIS? Is that from Aliens? Is it Star Wars? You know, and just stuff like that. I think is just like so cool, and you can't really get that look like on OBS, right?
That's what for me. This ledge right here is perfect for like just placing like figures, Funkos, and just everything on.
And the lights and everything are gorgeous.
Yeah.
Actually, this isn't even like permanent because I'll be moving here in the next couple of months in my own place. And so literally all of this is going to be moved again. I think I've moved my stream location 4 different times of where I've streamed because it's just things keep happening or like I have like a new spot or yeah.
And then I was curious, do you have like must stream games for up and coming streamers, like a list of games that like people absolutely should stream?
Oh God, it depends on what their flavor is though. Like, do they like a single player RPG? Do they like an open world? Do they like a puzzle? Do they like an indie? At least one indie game for anybody. One indie game. Something that is heavily story driven to get their emotions out, that draws the emotions of the audience so you can get a vibe of them and see where you're at, where they're at. it helps you connect with the audience. I think on a deeper level than it would like Call of Duty. Like there's the Call of Duty streamers and like people who like randomly play it like I do. And like there's a certain vibe with that, and it's like fun, fast paced, and like you can like kind of talk to your audience a little bit if you're like not in something like heavy. But like I think every streamer needs to play at least one indie game a year. At least one. Just to like, it's so different, and just supporting those small they put their heart and soul into those things. And like they're so cheap. They're so cheap. And they're amazing and fun and ridiculous, and just one indie game a year. That's all I ask.
Before Your Eyes was that for me this year. Like,
oh my god, no. That game. And it kept registering me as blinking because my hair kept going in my face.
Really?
And I'm just like, I'm not blinking. I'm not Catman.
Yeah.
Was he a cat or a dog? What was he? Was he Coyote?
I don't recall. It's been a while since I played it.
I think he was supposed to be a cat, but he reminded me of like a coyote with like the Native American, like the trickster. That's who he reminded me of. Like all those stories.
Yeah. Right.
But seriously, Before Your Eyes, go play that. It is so good.
Yes, 100%. Florence.
Yes.
Before Your Eyes, between your. Oh god. All I remember is like it's a blinking mechanic, and it's the worst. Right. You're gonna cry like a baby. I really liked playing To the Moon actually recently.
Okay.
That was interesting, and like the twists and turns, and like just like the music was beautiful. And the indie music, god, indie games and their music and the choices and the composers. Can we have at the next Game Awards just indie music, like an award for just the indie music, so they don't have to compete with the bigger ups because they have bigger money? I truly think so. What was it that year with the music? I think Sayonara Wild Hearts should have won.
Yes,
I think they should have won.
That Celeste that year.
Oh, that too. Oh.
I still listen to the Celeste soundtrack. Like it's on my. I have so many of the songs on my playlist. It is so good. And competing with like the bigger ones is just, I think, not fair. Like how is Celeste gonna compete with God of War? Like
they had way bigger 100%. Budget, and they have like an actual like orchestra and everything. Right. And we all know it's gonna win Game of the Year again. Number 2 is.
Yeah. Absolutely.
100%. Oh goodness gracious. God, I'm trying to think of all the other indie games I've played. I just love indie games. They're so good. What else? I had a lot of them this year. Don't play 12 minutes.
Yeah, that's kind of the general consensus on the internet.
I loved it to a point, and I'm like, no. I do not approve of this message.
Yeah, it goes places for sure.
Oh, places.
Yeah, places. Good lord.
So how just being a trivia host, how has that helped you in your streaming career?
Honestly, they both helped each other. So when I first started out with trivia, I was pretty like, I would try to bring a little bit of energy and a little bit. And like I was doing okay, but it was still pretty subdued. And then I got into streaming, and like I had met Snowbike Mike at PAX, and so I started watching his stuff immediately afterward because I knew about him. And I had watched a lot of the Kind of Funnies, but so I knew about him, but I didn't like watch any of his stuff, so I didn't understand how hype could be. And I watched that, and I was like, that right there, I can try that. I'll bring it on my level, and I'll start off a little bit, and a little bit. And so literally they've both fed off of each other, my Twitch and my trivia, to where like when I'm in that zone, oh my God, like I can get that room like freaking riled up and hyped and cheering and shouting and like yes, okay, this worked and this didn't, and maybe apply this like next time, or like try these words. And hence why I shifted it to also with like the beautiful human beings instead of hey ladies and gentlemen or whatever like that. You know what, human beings freaking encompasses everybody. And
Of course.
by using like adjectives like beautiful or gorgeous or things like this, people feel more seen.
Mhm.
And I've noticed that actually with when I would talk to my mom, I'd be like, "Hi, gorgeous, how are you doing today?" Or "Hey, beautiful,"
Right.
and it always made her feel really good, and always made her like
Mhm.
just a little bit of like, "Oh," or a little smile, something. So I was like, "Okay, let's apply that." So I started applying that to Twitch. Of like, and I've always said I love your face. Like that's been around
Right.
since I think I was like 24, 25 or something like that.
Mhm.
And so like applying that to like trivia and all of that and just being just oh god, they just feed off of each other, honestly.
Right.
But I think they've both helped improve each other because I'll mess around at trivia and see what works there to try to
Mhm.
apply it to my Twitch
Right.
because I can't get in trouble at work really unless I do something like terrible, terrible. But I can
Yeah.
definitely get in trouble on Twitch. So I'm just like,
Right.
see what works there.
Mhm.
Legalities over here, not so much.
Mhm.
I really wish I could just play music though, like music.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That
Mhm.
would be like just being able to like share what I like with my viewers of like, I'm in this mood today. I don't know
Mhm.
about you. And like being able to do that. And you can't.
Right.
Unless you have that workaround. And even then I wouldn't freaking risk it. I'm not risking it.
Yeah.
I like literally I'm guaranteed there is somebody in the background waiting to click the report button. I'm just like, nope, I'm not risking it.
Mhm.
Hard
Mhm.
pass.
Right. Speaking of like getting in trouble with Twitch and their policies, Twitch has been in the headlines so much this past year. Not for great reasons. Not for great reasons to say.
To say the
Do
least.
you have yeah, to say the least. Do you have any like personal gripes with Twitch? Is there anything that like rubs you the wrong way about the platform or anything that like you change?
Why does there have to be hot tub streams? Why? Why? There's OnlyFans for that. There's other sites.
Mhm.
There's OnlyFans for
Right.
that.
Mhm.
Like, I know this is
Mhm.
a streaming service, and like you can do cooking, you can do beer brewing, you can do a lot of things. You can drawing, crafts, things like that. I feel like there
Right.
needs to be two different Twitches. I feel like there needs to
Yeah.
be a specific video game one,
Mhm.
And then
and then like
IRL.
yes, and then like a little button on the on the app or whatever you want, little button just switches you over. So make it that
Mhm.
easy
IRL. Mhm.
versus having to go to a whole different website or whatever. Like just a
Right.
little button of
Right.
like I want to switch over to this now and like look through those things, or I want to switch back to video games. Boop.
Mhm.
That would be nice. No, the whole
That's actually very genius.
the music thing really,
Mhm.
or not being able to like, and I get it with copyrights, but like not being able to like besides Amazon, not being able to like watch movies with your friends and like stream it and be like, I really like this part. This is super cool. Blah 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 blah
Mhm.
blah, and like talk throughout the whole thing because I'm terrible at that and
Right.
I talk through it. Not every movie, just
Mhm.
I get
The good ones.
excited with my ADHD autistic brain of like, if I
Mhm.
don't say this now, I'll forget. And like, I have this knowledge about that person. I need to tell you because it makes me excited and I want you as happy and excited as me.
Right.
Doesn't go over well.
Mhm.
People just like, Beth, shut up. But I would like that with Twitch a lot. Being able to like to do that stuff. And then also the amount of times I've seen women get in trouble for absolutely nothing really
Yeah.
sucks. Like if they have enough reports on somebody, like that's look through the reports.
Mhm.
Actually do that before you suspend somebody. Like actually like
Mhm.
do the research and do your job. And
Mhm.
versus suspend them and then wait for them to like come to you and be like, hey, no.
Right.
And then they have to get through the suspension. I'm like,
Mhm.
just do your job
Mhm.
the first time and it would save everybody a lot of hassle.
Right.
Yeah.
Or being
Right.
more honest, like we banned this person specifically because of this.
Mhm.
Instead of
Mhm.
hiding behind whatever they did. Like I'm
Right.
still curious why Dr. Disrespect got banned. I don't per
Yeah.
se
You
like the
and Brett
guy,
both.
but I would like to know. I don't really like him. I
Mhm.
know it's a persona. I know.
Right.
But
Right.
his persona is a dick, and I know a lot of people are like, well, that's the point. Don't like him.
Mhm.
But I would like to know, well, why did he get banned? Or why didn't this
Right.
person get banned when they did this? Because that is like,
Mhm.
no. And then like the article that came out that said these people will never be banned because they make us too much money. Like that report that came out. Did you guys see that?
I saw the top earning streamers one, but I don't know if I saw like
there was like a little section basically, they will never get banned. They make too much money for us. It doesn't matter what they do. It was bullshit.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry. You can't hold these smaller people that accountable, and you're not going to hold just because money.
Millionaires accountable. Yeah.
Money.
Now, would those kind of things like ever make you think about switching from Twitch to YouTube? Or streaming over there?
I hate YouTube. It's great for watching videos. It's just uploading is a pain. There's so many little things, and like I think like evidently like the legality in what you make over there is actually worse from what I've heard. It's more difficult. Like I don't know.
There's a lot like stricter guidelines, I feel, for the kind of content that goes up there.
And I think the vibe of it's completely off as well. I've never I don't go over there for live streams or video games. I literally watch podcasts. I watch Outside Xbox or like other things on there. I watch like What Culture and Mojo and everything, but for like movies and like video game stuff, and then I love Outside Xbox. So, but other than that, or like music videos, I'll watch that on YouTube. But the amount of ads and the kind of ads you get there, and how you can't control it, and not choosing where it goes, kind of like when I watch anything, it's right at the beginning. I hate that. Like, I think I've changed it on my Twitch channel where it is 30 minutes in. If you're going to like watch my VODs or something like that, it's 30 minutes in because I discovered it was 5 minutes in and people were coming in and popping and watching it, got the ad and quit out. And it's just like, no, I need them invested. That's a terrible plan.
Pre-rolls
so I went
suck.
in there, and so I messed with those. I would love to be actually have a list of ads that you can choose to show on your stream.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that would be cool.
That's a great
and
idea,
I get
actually.
like
support.
But I get like the people who paid for the ad space. I get so like they get to do all that. But Twitch could also work with more different like ads that are like more chosen, or like hey, or do polls or whatever from the streamers of like which ad would you like to be shown, and then they can learn what actually works better for their viewers, their streamers, all like that. So they could what's the word? Focus on that. That's not more personalized, but like actually focus
almost
on
have an algorithm of like like the ads that the streamer likes. Not like you said, not necessarily like that they choose what brands and what products, but like hey, out of these like 5, which would you like shown on your stream?
Yeah. And then they could actually go out and like find other companies that are like minded like that and be like, do you want to advertise on Twitch? And that would work out so much better than the random things that we get here and then. I'm like, why am I watching a Subway ad? I don't even like Subway. They taste like plastic. Like show Razor or something, or Newegg or like whatever of like, hey, like, or like if once you get, I'm sure that changes when you become partner or bigger, probably, honestly. Probably you get to choose like a little bit more.
I would hope
but I think it would be cool of like, hey, if you're sponsored by this person, that sponsored is what the ad that actually happens.
Right.
I think does that happen? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it does.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. That's
well, if a big streamer is sponsored by something, then they should be advertising on Twitch anyway.
Right. It depends if that sponsor has a ad that's like that they produced and put like budget into, like if G Fuel like made a television commercial that they could put on Twitch, and I don't know if they have they definitely have the money for that, but I don't know if they've done it and then put it on their like sponsored creators. That's something to keep an eye out for. That's a very good point.
I wonder if you could actually make your own ad for your stream and sell it to Twitch to start
Every ad is just a different creator. They're like, hey, stop watching this streamer. Come over to my stream.
Has anybody even thought about doing that? Has anybody actually thought about doing that? Can you do that on Twitch? Like, if you pay for an ad space, that brings people to your stream.
That's a good question. I mean, that's kind of a dick move. Like,
yes, but
to be like, stop
no
watching
one's
their
thought of
stuff,
it.
watch my stuff.
But I mean, the
But-
streamer
Well, if they're
doesn't see the
that
ad, so they
big-
won't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
See?
All
No
right,
one will know that you're a dick.
We're gonna set up a GoFundMe for Behth. We're gonna fund the creation of a commercial and the ad space, and we're gonna put it on all the big streamers, and we're gonna just funnel
let's
the
go
audience.
all out and do it at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Think about that though. If you did a GoFundMe for like, oh my god, and it actually like took off,
Mhm.
and oh my, that would be life changing.
I don't even know how to get to a Super Bowl commercial. You know what I mean? Like who to talk to.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there's something like you can Google it or something of like,
True.
hey,
Mhm.
that'd be weird.
I have these millions of dollars. I want a Super Bowl commercial.
Right?
Yeah. That's some lottery stuff right there.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they all have to get approved anyway. Like there's been like ones that have never gotten approved before. No, we're not licking my cords. Thank you. She likes to eat my my cables or lick them. She doesn't eat them. She just licks them, and I'm like, no, you stop that.
Naturally. Have you found working with animals on Twitch, your personal pets, and like integrating them into the channel point rewards? Have you had like great reception to that? Is it like everyone unanimously loves it?
Yeah, pretty much. Nobody doesn't dislike animals, and if they do, they're complete sociopaths. No, that's actually my biggest channel point thing is people save up to give her a treat or give her kitty drugs. They go crazy for it. And when I had Dexter here today, they did the same thing. Everybody wanted to give Dexter a treat. Having him being able to control what he laid down was a bit of a pain in the butt because dogs be dogs. And dogs sometimes get too hot. Or sometimes they're like, I don't like this bed anymore. I want the flat, hard ground. And be like, okay, let me change the camera again. And be like, oh, you're not there anymore. God, how long have you not been there? And people have been staring at an empty bed, which happens all the time with her. I forget, like, she'll move and she'll get too hot because she has a heated pad in there, which keeps her around, which is the most brilliant thing I've done, is getting her, I think it was for Christmas. I think it was for a Christmas present that she got one. But that was my most genius idea I've ever had. And I think I don't remember if I got it from Snowbike Mike or not, because she was always in my streams from day one. She'd get up in my business and be like, all right here, and I'm trying to play like Call of Duty with a cat like right here that wouldn't go away. But yeah, no, if you got a pet, utilize that pet. Just don't be like that one chick who threw her cat over her shoulder.
Oh yeah.
Oof. I know the cat wasn't hurt, but like, and I get frustrated with her. I get really frustrated sometimes with her because, like, sometimes I just want space, and she does not know boundaries. She does not respect boundaries. And so, like, I'm like, no, I'm like, I will be pushing her off, and I'm like, not right now. I'm like, you need to stop, like, stop, and then she won't stop. So I had to pick her up and put her on the ground or something, and then she comes back up, and it's always when I'm wearing a nice sweater and she snags the snot out of it. And I'm like, this was an expensive sweater. You just ruined. No, but if you have a pet, take advantage of your pet. And what's the word?
They'll take advantage of you if you want it or
not. What's the word where not utilize, but oh my goodness, for like monetary benefits and stuff like that. What is that word?
Profit?
No,
like profit off your pet?
Yes, definitely profit off your pet.
Yeah.
Like that's the more simple version of the word. I'm trying to think of the
Yeah.
You know what I mean. You know what
the
you
word.
mean.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Words be hard.
Yeah. Profit off your pet.
Words are hard. Oh,
and then going off that, like, if you have a pet, utilize that pet. Do you have any other tips or advice you'd give to other small streamers or people interested in getting into streaming?
Wear comfy pants.
Comfy pants?
Got mine on right now.
Comfy pants. Make sure you got socks on because your feet will get cold sitting in chairs. It depends on your height, but your feet will get cold. So either get slippers or socks, or footrest. Footrest. Oh, get a comfy footrest. Splurge on a comfy footrest. Because right now I'm using her cat tree underneath my chair, underneath my desk. Because yeah. Let's see. Always have water around.
Of course.
Always have water
Hydrate.
around before you start streaming. Grab a couple like bottles, fill up your bottle, whatever like craft you use. I know Al Bob. Yep, exactly. Have water. And get a comfy chair.
Yeah, we were just talking about that in what's it? Bitter in the Hair stream last night. How just a nice chair goes a long ways. That's what we spend a lot of our time in.
Yep.
Even if it's off stream.
Yep. Comfy chair. Big thing. Basically, it doesn't matter what your setup. If you're streaming from a phone, if you're streaming from the your PlayStation or Xbox or whatever, like the camera off of that, your setup doesn't matter. As long as it works, it works. Just breathe, relax if you can. Be yourself. You could bring a more different, like better version or worse version or whatever else. I know there's like people who have their personas and those work for them. Don't take their personas and like immediately like, copy paste. You can take aspects of certain streams that you love and apply it to yourself. Like with Snowbike Mike, love is hype. So I try to take that with me. But I also twist it to make it my own. So take other people's things, because if you copy and paste, they can go to the source and watch that.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you bringing? You got to bring some flavor with it. You've got to throw a little spice on it. Throw some paprika on it. Like, another good thing to have is tissue paper. You'd be surprised talking as much, like how you'll get boogies. You got let's see. God, goodness gracious. Comfortable pair of headphones. Research headphones. You don't have to have expensive ones, just as long as they're comfortable. I have earrings all up in my ears. I'm really happy with these big ones because they encompass my entire ear. I don't like that this part's cloth because my makeup gets all over it. Oh God, what else? Just be comfortable. Hence the comfy pants and socks and like a chair.
Right.
You're sitting on your butt, and you're going to be sitting for a while unless you're one of the active ones that are using like the Nintendo Ring and all that other stuff, like the Fit. And it, like, or if you're playing Beat Saber, you're going to be sitting on your butt. Be comfy. If you're not comfy, you're not going to be you're not going to be relaxed. You're not going to be having fun, and it's going to show, and it's going to mess with the stream, and people can pick up on that vibe really quickly. If your vibe is off, people watching, they can tell.
Right.
So
that's why one of the big pieces of advice I always give is just play the games you like. Because if you're trying to play a game you don't like, people can tell that you're not having a good time, and they'll bounce.
Right.
Oh yeah. Also a good mod. Find a good mod.
Yeah.
Find somebody who's there all the time, or ask somebody like who's like a professional mod type deal. It goes so much like, because having to do it all the time by yourself is kind of a pain. Like you look over and you're like, oh, there's like 5 bots here now all of a sudden. Cool. Goodness gracious. Yeah, play games you love. Like, you'd be surprised what people pick up on. And be honest on your streams of like, look, I'm not feeling very talkative today. I am so sorry. Like, I see you, I'll acknowledge you, but I just kind of want to play video games and just hang out with you guys. Or like, and don't listen to naysayers, because there's always somebody who's going to critique you, and like, because they don't like if somebody says, I've had multiple, like a few people were like, Beth, you go on too many tangents. Yes, I know I do. That's how my brain is structured. And then they get upset and start chewing me out for my own stream. And it's like, this is my stream though. And if like, I'm going to stay true to myself, and everybody in stream is talking with me about the tangent. So how is this a bad thing?
Right.
And like listening to that negative stuff, like there's healthy feedback and there's healthy critiquing. Definitely apply and listen to those and see how it would work for you or not. But like, don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to the people who literally, they want you to fail because they are insecure and like they don't feel comfortable with their life and what they're doing. So they don't like it that you're flourishing. There's always going to be those people.
Of course.
Don't listen to them. Let them sit in their misery.
Mm-hmm.
Glow up.
I like it. I like it.
So, Josh, you
Very
got any
wise
other
words.
questions?
I was gonna say we talked about games you love and combining trivia with streaming. Are there any other passions or hobbies of yours that you would like to combine with streaming, whether it be more cooking streams or makeup streams, like literally anything like that?
I am not that good at makeup. This was all I taught myself on YouTube because my mom and my
Mhm.
sister never taught me anything. But cooking, oh god, I would love to do more cooking streams. It's a pain in the butt because I don't have enough stuff like cameras and other things like that to like keep
Right.
putting it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and taking things apart,
Mhm.
putting them back up. That was such a pain in the butt. I just had to call it. And also not knowing what to cook next or like
Mhm.
making a schedule to where I was doing it once a week was kind of frustrating because I felt like I was dreading it because I would have to take things down and go set up and figure out what could I fit in like a half hour without making double of something to show the end result.
Right.
Because that's
Right.
how they do it
Yeah.
in cooking shows is they
Yep.
make
Mhm.
two of them. They have the end result or they make a few and they choose the best
Mhm.
one and then they show you
Right.
how to make it. And it's just like I am not that rich and I do not need that much food.
Right.
And I mean, if it was cookies, fine. I give
Mhm.
all my cookies away. But like, I would
Right.
love to do more cooking streams. I would love to do reading streams, honestly, without the copyright
Ooh.
problem. I would like
Right.
to just sit and read books to people.
Mhm.
Love that because I
I've
love
seen those.
reading.
Right.
And
I've
but you
seen
can
those
get in
popping up
trouble.
on TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can get in trouble. So it's like,
Right.
mm. But I would love to be able to do that. You have to get like permission from the author. So there's that.
Oh.
But I would like to do that. I would love to actually do trivia streams. And I think I
Mhm.
might, honestly, for that Parks and Rec one, I might just bring like my laptop if the internet's
Right.
good enough where I work,
Mhm.
which I
Mhm.
might test it out. I might do a test stream. And I don't know if I would do it on my phone. I think I might just bring this laptop and that's it. Because I know there's an outlet right where I do it. And the way that
Right.
my stuff is set up. And you all get to see how my microphone has been like not working lately
Mhm.
at work. Oh my god, it cuts in and out. It just keeps cutting in and out for some reason because of where the receiver is, and if somebody who
Right.
is bigger and taller gets right in front of it, it cuts out, and I'm just like, get out of the way of the signal.
Right. Garbage truck on fire type vibes, you know?
Oh no, it's just yeah, no. And I sit there and I'm like shaking the microphone, and I'm like, you pay some of them. And everybody knows how I'm just like frustrated, and I'm like looking at the manager, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill you. No, God. Besides cooking and reading, I would never do a makeup stream. I'm not that good.
Right.
Like I would. First of all, then I'll have to show my face without makeup, and I
Mhm.
am not that secure in my face in my body. Nope. And I'm full on willing to admit that. Of like, no, I'm good. Uh,
Right.
gosh, what else? Clothing. I love clothes, but I don't know how I would incorporate that. I have a
Right.
crap ton of clothes and be like fashion show, but
Mhm.
that's more better for like TikTok and like cutting it in and out without like the
Right.
waiting around type thing. So I
Mhm.
don't know.
Maybe
An
some
animal
cosplay
stream.
creation streams.
Ooh,
Ooh,
that'd be a good one. Yes,
right?
cosplay ones. Because I just made a Princess Mononoke costume and cosplay,
Ooh.
and it is perfect. It is perfect. I could do a sewing stream, honestly, but I'm not that great of a
Yeah.
Right.
sewer. But like, I can like, I made an Ashitaka cosplay. So I used a bunch of hula skirts, like grass skirts, and I made an
Mhm.
entire Ronin cape, like the grassy Ronin cape out
Oh,
of
that's
it.
cool.
And because it worked perfectly. It was a pain in the butt to sew, but that worked perfectly. I
Right.
actually want to add more straw at it to make it like, ugh. But
Mhm.
the San cosplay of the Princess Mononoke came out so good. It is like because I spent
Right.
a crap ton on this fabric, like this white wolfly like furry fabric, and I
Mhm.
got a mask and I put the mask together. There's a 3 printed mask I bought and I put it together, sanded it, and then I painted the whole thing. I made everything, everything, like the foot wraps. I figured out how to do foot wraps really well, actually. So I got
Mhm.
the fabric and I got sticky industrial Velcro and I put it around my shoe on the the seam on the shoe, and
Right.
then I put that the other side of it on the fabric, and then I put it around my shoe. So literally, I could wear whatever I want, and then I just wrapped the excess fabric around and then like tied it with like these leather straps.
Mhm.
So cool, so cool. I could totally do that on stream. That'd be fun. But I would need like the next project to actually do it.
Yeah.
And then would I be able to keep up with it or burn myself out on it?
Right.
Is this a one-time stream kind of thing or more? I don't know. But those are really good.
Makes sense.
But an animal stream would be really fun if I had more animals.
Naturally, you could go
or
to
a
a
cat
stream.
stream.
IRL stream. Yeah.
Or the Zuzu.
Or the Zuzu.
Yeah, I like the Zuzu. The monkeys there are sad though.
Yeah.
Like the other animals don't care, but the monkeys are sad, and that makes me sad.
Yeah.
My goodness gracious.
Well,
I think when I get a puppy, I'll show it on stream. When I get a puppy.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Plan on getting one soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I like to end these episodes with question. The beginning of the year is like kind of most anticipated, but we're getting to that point in time where what's been some of your games of the year so far?
Oh, game that I loved this year that I bought that came out this year. Oh goodness gracious, there's been a lot.
Getting to that time of year, we gotta start thinking about that.
Oh my god, what have I played this year?
Let me tell you, the GG app helps so much with that. I literally just have a list of games that I just add to that list just so I can look back at the end of the year, just like, okay, cool.
I downloaded it and then I never used it. I added like a ton of people and then I never touched it again. There were so many things coming out at that point. I'm like, I don't want this new app. No, I got this new app and this one and this one. Right. I'm literally trying to remember what I played this year besides like Warzone. I liked Warzone. I've been having fun with it.
Right.
I'm liking Far Cry 6, even though I think I like Far Cry 5 better, honestly.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, I liked the Montana aspect and like with all the Hicks and all of that, because like
the religious cult.
I live near Montana. I've seen religious cults. Like I might have been part of a religious cult at one point, and I'm just like, this relates better. Yeah, I like this one better. I can see like that, you crazy people. Let's see. Replaying The Witcher 3 always. Going for the platinum for Last of Us 2. Yeah, liking it better the second time I played it.
Yeah,
it was better. I know, but I needed to get over that emotional hump of anger. Yeah. The indie games I've been playing, To the Moon was amazing. I played games at the beginning of the year, and I can't remember half of the beginning of the year. Like there was a lot going on. I really liked Resident Evil 8. I really liked it. I didn't like the backtracking at the end, like the retcon crud they did. So I didn't like that. Goodness gracious, what else did I play? Josh, you know more of what I've played than I played.
I'm trying to think of games that like came out this year though, and like that you've played.
Hitman 3 came out in January.
Oh shit! Yeah, you
Hitman 3.
On Halo 3. Or
no, Hitman.
Hitman 3.
I did play a ton of Halo 3 when it came out. I did have the Halo 3 Xbox 360 actually. It's downstairs. It has Red Ring. It's downstairs. Yeah. It was the only one that was Red Ring for me. So no, I loved Hitman 3. Oh god. Right. And I'm loving the 7 Sins, but I haven't been able to play it because I had to uninstall it because I didn't have enough space on my hard drive because it's a PS5 game.
Right.
And I lent somebody my my memory disk, my terabyte. My external hard drive. Lent that to them because they're playing The Last of Us 1 for the first time ever. And I was like, you will borrow this until you finish it, and then we will talk about this game. But they had no clue. I recorded their reaction of the beginning and everything, and they were just like,
"Oh jeez,
what? Wait, what?"
Oh my god,
it was amazing. Like I got to sit there and like watch like a little kid. I'm like, So yeah, no, I loved Hitman 3. What else came out after that?
Well, because I was thinking like Returnal and Ratchet and Clank, but I don't think you've.
No, I gave Returnal as a present to somebody, and they played like half of it and then quit.
It's a tough game.
And then I didn't play Spider-Man. I watched Spider-Man. I never because I never played any of it. I played like the beginning of like the first one, but I watched somebody play the entirety of the game, and it felt like I played it, and so I didn't have any want to play it, even though it's great and I loved watching it. I just didn't feel the need. I know everything that happened. Goodness gracious! What
Guardians of the Galaxy is the only other one I'm thinking of. But
Alien Fireteam.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
good one. That's a
Yep.
sleeper.
We've
Yep.
been having a lot of fun with
Yeah,
that.
it's a
That
blast.
is, it's a lot of fun.
Knockout
It's
City came out this year.
ridiculous.
Mhm.
Knockout City's free right now on
Yeah.
PlayStation, I think. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I downloaded
Yeah.
it. Goodness gracious. I need to turn on my PlayStation to see like what I have. Oh, actually, no, I have my phone. I have my phone right here. I can just look at it. Let's see. Go to my PlayStation app, right? Right? There we go.
Yes.
All right. Purchased. Actually, it'll just go played. So let's see. Dead by Daylight, Journey, Resident Evil. Oh, I played Resident Evil 3 this year. That was a lot of fun.
Ooh.
I liked how it incorporated Resident Evil 2 a lot.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Mhm.
I platinumed Hellblade finally. I
That's a
played
good game.
Days Gone. Was it Days Gone last year or this year? It was both.
2019.
No, but I played him in this year for the first time.
Oh, yeah, you
Oh,
played
okay.
that this year for the first time. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Earlier in
played
the
it
year.
in December and January. Oh, I loved
Mhm.
it. I
Days
loved
Gone is-
it.
Days Gone is so good.
Mm-hmm.
To give it a second
Cyberpunk,
try.
The Forest, Concrete Genie. I loved Concrete Genie.
Oh, that game's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's a
I
good one.
cried. I
Yeah.
cried like a baby.
Yeah.
Little Nightmares 2.
Austin loves that game.
Oh, yeah. We have someone that absolutely loves Little Nightmares too.
It was amazing. I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. Little Nightmares 2 was phenomenal. I liked, yeah. And then I actually downloaded the game that's on mobile.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it also is part of the story for both those games.
Oh.
Yeah, it adds more to the story. You find out a lot more actually. And actually,
Okay. That's
I
really
think
cool.
it's the mobile game takes place between the second game and the third game because the second game is a
Interesting.
prequel. So this one takes place between these two. So it bridges that
Okay.
gap.
Interesting.
Yes, it's very good. I liked it a lot. Goodness gracious, what else did I play this year? I didn't play Jedi Fallen Order. These are all last year games, I think, that I had.
Mhm.
I have a lot of games on here. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I have a lot of games on here. Oh, I have so many games. Oh, I'm also playing It Takes Two. I haven't beaten it yet, but I've
Yeah.
been playing It Takes Two, and I love it. I
It's
want to
so good.
scream at the couple, though, because they're so unhealthy. And they're just not communicating with love. And I'm just like, you sons
yeah.
of...
I think
How
Brett
is
and
it
I
I
are
can
going to
see
start
what's
playing
wrong?
that this week.
It's
Mhm.
good. It's good.
Yeah,
I
I
really like
recommend
it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm
It's
having
on
a
Game
blast with
Pass.
it. Ooh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I tossed that over in my personal list. I think I put that over Resident Evil Village. Like it's great and it goes places for sure. But yeah. Perfect.
No, I think my favorite game of the year is either Hitman 3 or Little Nightmares 2. Loved
I like
Little Nightmares 2.
Great
It was
picks.
really good. It was really good. I was anticipating it and I really wanted it. And I remember at the time I couldn't afford to pre-order it. And who was it? Was it Trix or was it Vegas that bought it for me? Somebody bought it for me in my chat and I was just like, so I got to play it. Like I downloaded it
That's
immediately.
awesome.
I'm like, it was amazing. I loved it. It was
The community's so
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, that ending.
Mhm.
And that last level. Oh, I loved being able to help Teeny play it too because she got stuck.
Right.
And I literally
yeah.
recorded, like clipped out how I did it. And she was able to beat that section. She was so happy because she was for like 3 days. She was stuck on that one room, and she was getting so upset. And she's like, "I can't anymore." And I'm like, "This is how you do it."
Right.
So yeah, that game's good.
The power of Twitch helping friends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Beth. This has been awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Great.
Yeah. So before we go, let people know where they can find you.
They can find me on Twitter and Instagram and Twitch at twitch.tv/LadyMacBehth, but the Beth is Behth. It's spelled very funny. Yes, I know. My parents thought they were hilarious. So it's Lady Macbeth. So Behth. But that's pretty much my handle on everything. On PlayStation, on Xbox, on like everything. So Lady Macbeth. The next H.
Easy.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Please, before we go, check the link in the description. Check out our new merch store. We're going to have some cool things popping up here in the next few weeks. So keep your eye out on that.
Very exciting.
Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Later.